We've had a little bit of
Good
techno,
morning.
few little techno glitches this morning. It's going,
A couple.
yeah, that was my internet this morning. So I'm using my data. Hopefully, I have enough data. If I disappear, then that's because I honestly never know in my cell phone thing if I have data or not or what. Anyways,
Yep,
anyways, we're here. We're here. That's the important thing.
we are here. We are here.
Ooh, and we are all in alignment with
Alignment.
Anita and Cheryl. I
Cheryl's
don't know
here.
which way to point today because I'm not usually, I'm in the different Zoom room. Ah,
Oh,
and
and we're not
today,
color coordinated today, but we both decided we needed layers today with a
yeah,
black base.
layers, and we still both have black, there's that undertone of black.
Black.
Oh, look at that. See, we both put black and then we put something over top of it.
Oh, go figure.
Oh,
It's always
yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Cool. So it is the first Friday. I was going to say Wednesday. I am so mixed up on days today.
Yes.
The first Friday of the month. Geez, I just about said it again. Which means it is
It is.
Halloween.
Woo-hoo.
From our deck. Well, not our deck, but Tara Catherine Collins Feng Shui card deck. Right? Personal Paradise card deck. And we had 4 people already go, I want a card, I want a card, I want a card, I want a card. Wow. Like, yay.
And so here's the thing, because I've had the computer glitch this morning, I'm not on the Facebook group like I usually am. So if you're commenting, I will not be seeing it until we are done this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna go with the people that previously put up their hands, which was Kathleen, Sharon, Janet, and Robin. And so
I
I'm
can go to Facebook.
Okay.
Let
Well,
me see if I can do that right now. It doesn't mean I can stay there because when I go into channel, I'll be not in
I
my
know.
body. But I see us live.
Okay. Yay.
And I see Sharon Eistetter with us. Good morning, Sharon. Yay. How are you? I'm gonna heart her. There's a heart.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so while you're gonna get into channel,
Yes.
I'm gonna do. I already pulled cards, and they flew out of the deck for Robin and Janet.
Yeah, the
And
cards
I'm
flew
gonna,
out of the deck for Kathleen and Sharon too. So
yeah. So I'm gonna start with Robin, and yeah, and actually 3 cards flew out at the same time, and 1 card flew out for Janet. So I'm thinking that maybe there's something in here for Janet as well as Robin. So we'll, talk about that.
perfect.
Ah,
I'll step
so
aside.
the 3 cards that flew out of the deck for Robin. Ooh, number 46, health and family. Number 47, wealth and prosperity. And number 40, windows and doors.
Look at the 4s.
4s, look at those 4s. Yes.
Well, here's
And
the
in my,
thing. You got
mhm.
4, 4, 4, and then 6 and 7 equals 13, which is a 4.
Oh, so it's a 444.
4, 4, 4, 4.
4444.
Wow. And sorry, what was the number 40 card? Windows and doors?
Windows and doors.
Wow,
So
that's a
let's start.
lot of 4s.
Yeah, so let's start at the windows and doors. So the windows and doors are considered the eyes and mouth of the home. So just like in our physical body, we have eyes to see, right? And our mouth is for our taking in of the nourishment to sustain our life force energy. So too are the windows and doors of the home. to sustain the life force energy of the home. So again, it's those, what are we seeing? And we become complacent in our own homes, Robin. So no matter how much training we have, I too become complacent in my own home. And, that where does our eye go? Where's our attention going? And so that is the window, right? That window. What are we seeing through our window? Is it affecting our subconscious program? Is it a pleasant thing? So this card is inviting you to see that. But it's also about looking at those opportunities. Sometimes we're asking for things to shift in our life and they show up, but not in the form or in the way in which we expected it. And so then we kind of skip over it. And so this card is really inviting you to look at those things. What opportunities have been, brought to your vision, right? In your awareness that maybe you have discounted or not really looked at closely because they didn't show up in the way that you first envisioned them to. Interesting. And then let's talk about health and family, right? So the health and family area of the home. And of course, we can look at the micro and the macro of the space. And again, it's inviting you to, as we move into this season of slumber, of shorter days and longer nights, it's inviting you to reevaluate your patterns, your habits, your sleeping, your exercise, all of those things. And are you giving yourself time to slow down and kind of follow that rhythm that Mother Earth, has given us? So there's a reason why our days are shorter. And so often we are still on summer go, 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 go. And so it's an opportunity to say, okay, where in my life do I need to slow down a little bit and just rest, right? It's time to just kind of rest. It's like, that the bulbs, right? We plant those tulip bulbs and the gladiola bulbs in the fall, and they're resting and, they're just kind of conserving their energy so that they can spring aboard in the spring. So that's what I'm getting there. And then the wealth and prosperity card came up, and this is, the card that doesn't always mean monetary. It's not always about the dollars and cents. However, the energy or frequency of the wealth and prosperity comes through all kinds of forms, and it's about that standing and being appreciative, appreciating. I am grateful for the health that I have today so that I can show up here with you all, right? So there's something all tied in there. And again, that could also be for Janet. And then Janet.
Before you
Oh, you want to talk
continue,
about the pores?
I want
Okay.
to, yes, we've directed this channel to pull up the book and talk about the fours. There is just one sentence we wish her to read that we've directed her to. The 444, that's only 3 fours, Robin, you have 4, that just puts an exclamation point on the end of this, is about acknowledging that the structure of your life is out of balance and someone is attempting to get your attention to assist you in restoring that balance. The angelic realm will really attempt to get your attention more so than other beings because they are the communicators.
And it all has to tie in, right, from what you're seeing and that health and family and wealth and prosperity, because it's all tied together. Because without your health, you don't have any of the other stuff. Um, okay. And Janet, dining room. This is kind of interesting because Cheryl and I are, in going on the second week of our 21-day decluttering program. And one of our participants shared with us in our coaching call last night her dining room table. With us in our coaching call last night.
Whoops.
Her dining room table. There we go. And what happened was it over time accumulated with more stuff than a dining room table should have. And we talked about the flat surfaces. And again, it's where our eye goes, that's where our energy flows, that's where our attention goes. And it's easy for the dining room table, that flat surface, to become a catch-all for other things as we're, zipping by on the way to the laundry room or on the way out the door or on the way into the kitchen. It's easy to take that flat surface and, it starts to pile up and accumulate. So this is an invitation for you, Janet, to look at that dining room in particular, but also some of the other flat surfaces in your home. And again, it's that invitation to gather around the dining room table. Is there room to welcome in people to your dining room? Because around the dining room is where we have conversation. And maybe, I don't know what it is for you, but maybe in your home, maybe when you do supper or lunch or something, maybe one person is sitting at the couch watching TV while they eat, and one person is sitting in the kitchen at the stool on the bar or something, because the dining room table is preoccupied with other things, or it's not inviting those two people. And it may be, if there's only two people in your home, it may be that you need to eliminate some of those other chairs and make it like a beautiful little vignette that's welcoming for a couple to gather and have conversation over dinner. Okay, so that's what I got.
Beautiful. And we missed the card number for Janet.
21. So
3.
It's a 3. It's a catalyst.
We believe this information for Janet will be a catalyst. And not only Janet, but those others that are watching. Of course, the Anita. So we would like to address Kathleen and Sharon. Now, one card flew out for each of them very quickly, and then a set of 2 flew out for the combination. Interesting how that worked out today. So we are going to address Kathleen's card first, and that card number is the number 29 card, Sanctuary. Dearest Janet, is your home, dearest Kathleen, is your home your sanctuary? And where in your home is your personal sanctuary? For all of you, not just Kathleen, need that space, that place where you feel at your utmost peace. Everyone, everything, everything is connected to source energy. And it is important for each of you, when you are at your best or when you are not at your best, to find that place of peace. And ideally, in your home, having one space, one place that is your sanctuary. We are not saying by any means that your entire home cannot be your sanctuary, but you also often share it with others. So if possible, do you have one space, one chair, one location where you can sit, where you can be at peace, grounded? This is your recharging station, dearest. For Sharon, the number 18 card, living room. Is it, dearest Sharon, a living room? By this we mean, is there room for growth? Is there encouragement for movement, for action, for creativity? Or is it a little feeling stagnant is the word that comes up at this moment? Take a look around, dearest. Is it possible there are a few things in this space that are not encouraging the living, the moving forward, the evolution, that are more likely encouraging the past? And dearest, may we say, you cannot go backwards. You can walk backwards, but in your life, you cannot go back and change the past. Look at your surroundings. What is encouraging living, which means forward motion, which means evolution, which means at this point in time, where do you where do you choose to put your energy? Now for both, oh, isn't this interesting? The number 46 card came up. Again, health and family. And the number 28 card, desk. The Anita has already talked about the health and family. We are not going to add to that, but this exclamation point goes back to what she had said for the other two, Janet and Robin. This card is a exclamation point for all those watching live and all those watching in the future. This channel is experiencing many aha moments right now when it comes to health and family. For Sharon and for Kathleen, however, the desk, the number 28 card, which equals a 10, which is your new beginnings. What is it on your desk, ladies, that is encouraging the living and potentially the sanctuary? And your desk may not be a tangible, actual desk, but something that you would equate to working at. Maybe it is your kitchen table. Maybe it is a table, a side table, a lap table, whatever you choose to call it, in the living room. But because this card relates to the both of you, it is a combination of, is your desk part of your sanctuary? Is that your space? Is that where you feel the most security and most at peace? Or is it in turmoil? We believe these are of helpful bits of information.
Mhm.
And we wish you namaste.
Namaste. Mm. Um, so the desk in health and family, I also got a little, intuitive hit with that.
Mm-hmm.
So is it that maybe spending more time at the desk has taken you out of the interaction or engagement with the family
Great
member
insight.
that is, in your home? And again, it's about that balance, and maybe, we need to spend a little bit more time living in the living room, that connection, that communication. Um, so again, just think about where you're at with that,
Mm-hmm.
Sharon and Kathleen. So is the desk, is whatever's going on behind
Yeah.
the scenes, is that taking away from your connection with your family?
Love it.
And
Very, very good
you
observation.
might not even think that it is, but again, it might be that conversation that you have with your significant other or other people in the home, right? And just asking them their perception. Do you think I spend a lot of time in my office? And or I know for myself, when my significant other is at home,
Mm-hmm.
I still, do my things in the office. And I have to catch myself and remind myself to let him know that, hey, I'm going to be in my office for 2 hours doing this, so that he's in the know, right? So he's not waiting and expecting me to do something with him. Then, I've kind of set my boundary or clearly defined
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. So yeah.
Good point. And maybe, interestingly, that these two came up together. This is a note for all of us,
Mm-hmm. Yes,
which
absolutely.
is what I'm hearing. This is
Well,
this is
and
also relevant to you.
it totally is, because the health and family card 46 equals a 1,
Yep.
right? The desk 28 equals a 1. So the 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 11 is the master number, that when we see 1111 or we see 911 or any of the, when we see 11, it's about
Mm-hmm.
it's about um, our mastery. It's about, reminding you that um, you are like the masters, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very enlightening, right? It sheds light um, on something. Mhm. So love
Absolutely.
that.
With that, um, another important note, today is the 3rd, so it'll be the 10th. So the 11/11 is also coming up.
Oh, and doesn't Adironda do something on the
She
11/11?
does. The 11/11 is a huge event. And when I'm looking at the cards, Sharon's is 18, which is a 9, and Kathleen's is 29, which is an 11. So we've had 44, 44. We've had 11/11, and now we've got 9/11 with Sharon and Kathleen's cards. So do you think
Mm.
people are trying to get some attention here?
Knock, knock. Hello. Is anybody
Hello?
home?
Hello. And we
Hello.
just had All Hallows Eve when it said that the veils are thinner. So I think there's a
Mhm.
little bit of attention getting going on today.
Yes, yes, I think so.
Just
And
saying.
It's all about that awareness, right?
Yes.
It's about that awareness, knowing that the space, the place in which we live is there to bring you joy, to bring you comfort and safety, and it is to be your sanctuary so that you can step into your mastery, into your power, into that 1111 energy and be the light that we all need in this world today. Because we can't do that. None of us can do that if we are being bogged down by that dense physical energy.
Sharon put a comment, and I can't read all of them, and I don't have my glasses on, in the chat. Very interesting reading. Thank you. I scanned my living room, and I have a stack of past photo books that chronicle years of memories in my direct sightline. I'll move those downstairs.
Good. Great awareness. Love it.
Yeah, great awareness.
Okay,
Wow.
well, here we are at the top of the hour, and I just want to say that what do I want to say? I want to say Cheryl has had some grief in her family this week, and like you said, some great insight and awareness, and it's because of that. You know, there's always a gift. There's always a gift wrapped up in anything that you experience. And so in you sharing with me your experiences this week, there has been a gift given to me in that in that, you know, whole package, which has been beautiful because it's a reminder that, yeah, you know what? Let's just get living. Let's get living, people. There's so much to live for.
There is. And I got another gift in the shower this morning. I received the name for either a book or a series. And this isn't to offend anybody, but it's to let you know. And it was very loud and it was very clear. And I'm going to tell it to you as directly as I got it. Your kids don't want your shit.
Ooh.
So whatever you're hanging on to.
Holy shift.
Whatever you're hanging on to with the thoughts of, oh, well, somebody might want this. My kids might want this. They don't want your shit. And neither do your siblings. I'm just saying. I'll share one experience from this last week. 23 years ago, my mother-in-law passed away. 23 years ago. Items from her house that the kids wanted, her children, were boxed up. They were moved from her house into the basement of this house. And yesterday, those same boxes got put into a dumpster.
23 years of sitting there.
Yep. Not moved, not looked at, not treasured. Taken because they felt like they were obligated to take them. 23 years. It was like, wow.
Wow. Okay, I see a new program coming on soon. Yeah.
Your kids don't want your shit will be the title of it.
Yep, your kids don't want your shit. I love it. Okay, that's what we're gonna call our 21 day. We're gonna rename it. Yeah, give us a thumbs up if you like that, right? Especially those of you that have been through our program. Shall we call it that? Your kids don't want your shit. Holy shift moments guaranteed.
Anyway, top of the hour. Thank you all for joining us.
I don't know if YouTube is going to let us put that on there. So we'll see what comes up. And of course, you can always go on our YouTube channel, right? YouTube at All in Alignment. And you can look at our past episodes, gather some insight, and there's always some golden nuggets in every one.
Always.
fun Shui Fridays.
Yeah.
So,
And you know, All in Alignment live
mhm.
on Facebook, of course, every week, or hashtag replay every week. We've been doing this. This is episode 139.
Ooh, 12, 13.
Oh, that's
There's
another 4.
Another 4.
What day is it today?
Foundation.
7, 10, 11, 12, 7, 10. Oh, it's a 12. It's a 3-day catalyst.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Have yourselves
Goodbye,
a great
everyone.
week.
We'll see you next week. And thanks for tuning in. And yay.
Yay. Bye.